Okay, I can't resist. I have to post one of these boss fights from this game. This game, this game, it's kind of addictive. I don't really play these games usually, but I've been finding myself playing this stupid thing for hours on end, basically. Whenever I get into it, I haven't really played it much in the last week, but this is from about a week ago. I have no idea what this is about. I mean, it's just some boss fight you run into. There's this big green guy, and the old guy, he shows up once in a while and makes a speech, and then you have to kill stuff. In this case, it's all goblins, apparently. The goblin hordes, and, well, first you get the small fry here, and they're easy to deal with, and my main worry is that they've got these shamans that follow them, or that show up once in a while that can resurrect them, and I'm a little worried that I'm going to end up fighting an endless stream of these guys because they're going to keep getting resurrected, but that's not going to be an issue. They're not going to throw that at me. They're also not going to throw at me the little mini goblins with the arrows that have bombs attached to them, because they can be very devastating if there's a few of them mixed in with a crowd of incoming soldiers like these here. But the soldiers by themselves, they come in 2 or 3 at a time like that. Very easy to deal with, no big deal. I'm gambling that I can just finish them off and then deal with the more important guys later on, and it looks like that's the way it's going to shake out. Anyway, yeah, this fight here kind of illustrated for me some of the mistakes, or some of the shortcomings in my strategy that I've been coming up with. Well, some of them I knew about, like this gun I'm using now steals a lot of health when you shoot it, but it doesn't recharge my mana at all. And the gun I had before would recharge my mana when I used it, which was very handy in the middle of these fights, because I wouldn't have to worry about recharging my mana in the middle of the fight just so I could hit somebody, because you always tend to run out of that stuff right at the worst possible time. And I've been desperately trying to modify this gun, because this gun does a lot of damage to give me that, but it doesn't have any sockets to put the little eyeball rocks in it that you need to get the mana stealing going on. And that stupid enchanter in town, lately here, as I've leveled up, he's gotten to the point where about 50% of the time you pay him his money and he does nothing. You know, I'm starting to hate him. I think later on I did manage to put a couple of sockets in that gun so I could put eyeball rocks in it to get some mana stealing going on. But I'm still busy collecting mana rocks and transmuting them to get the really powerful ones together. But that's definitely on my to-do list. Anyway, at this point I wasn't really sure what the deal was. You know, I figured the big guy in the middle probably getting healed by these shamans roaming around, but I wasn't really completely sure about that. I was operating on that theory, and I figured, well, I'll run around here and kill these shamans, but then I started noticing, well, these guys have a hell of a lot of hit points, don't they? And also I noticed, much to my disadvantage, that I don't have a whole lot of weapons that are really much good against the big guy. I didn't notice this until much later, but he does appear to have some kind of shield there for one thing, and that's helping him out. Yeah, I see here I'm just whacking away at these shamans and doing like 1,000 hit points a shot, but you know, they just got all kinds. They're just going to take a while to knock down. Of course, it's okay, you know, my main strategy is to stay out of the way of the big guy and take down these guys. I'm still assuming that they're healing him. I'm pretty sure. You can see the blue beams are shooting at him. You know they're healing him, but I didn't really know that at the time when I was doing this. I was assuming that was the case, because that's the way these boss fights usually work. You know, you gotta figure out what's healing the big guy and then take that out, and then you can take out the big guy. But yeah, I wasn't completely for sure about it. And about halfway into this, you know, I'm going to get so discouraged with trying to kill these shamans that I'm actually going to say, well, let me take a shot at the big guy and see what kind of effect that has. And then I'm going to figure out that I'm having no effect on him whatsoever. And then I'm going to go back to the shamans and finally start to take some of them out. The other thing is, aside from the fact that none of my weapons are going to be much good against this big guy, is the fact that he's got that club of his that puts out those shock waves, which are pretty unnerving. all along as I've been leveling up here, you know, you've got all these skills that you can pick up on, and there's a lot of higher level skills, and I've been leaving those alone. But because instead of progressing on to more and better skills, you can just level up the more primary ones like slash. I've got slash here leveled up to I think 8 or 9 or 10 maybe. And then the soul rend attack, I've got that leveled up to 8 or 9 or 10. And then the dual wield attack, the dual wield skill, I've got that leveled up to 8 or 9. And yeah, I think later on I will have to start picking up on some of the new ones, like I don't know, like Rush or Stampede or whatever it's called. But in this fight, I really kind of regretted going that way because. You know, none of these attacks are a whole lot, or really all that much good against this boss. I mean, I guess they're okay against the shamans. The shamans just basically take a shitload of hit points. Yeah, you see that guy? I've been whacking on these guys for a good 5 or 10 minutes, and they still got over half their hit points. This guy, I'm finally knocking him down to about halfway. My poor pet is having a hell of a time too. I mean, he's down to nothing. He's down to no hit points for most of this fight. I've been doing a really bad job of equipping him too. I mean, I've got him with a drain spell, I guess it is, or whatever you call it, where he sucks hit points off of whatever he attacks, and I'm not sure how much good that's doing him. And the other thing he's got is these skeleton archers, which for some reason in this fight he never casts. And I'm really getting kind of ticked about that. I'm like, you know, why aren't you casting the skeleton archers? They'd come in real handy right about now, and he's not doing it. He's just running around with this drain going on and then running away because he has no hit points. And here, you know, I'm saying, well, I'm getting nowhere with the shamans. Let me see if I can do some damage on this guy. And I'm going to very quickly find out that no, I'm doing no damage on this guy whatsoever. The soul rend, I can't do the soul rend attack fast enough. You know, by the time I'm getting ready to get it off, he's hitting me with that club, and I'm getting nowhere with that. Yeah, and the gun there, I can't really get close enough to use the gun on him because that puts me well within range of that club shock that he's got going on, and I still don't really realize that he's got a shield, even though you can see it right there. You know, you can see from his hit points, you know, he's got full hit points. You know, I'm completely wasting my time here. And I've just about got that figured out. So now I'm like, yeah, I gotta kill the shamans. That's all there is to it. I got my shadow armor up there for God knows what reasons. That's not really doing me a whole lot of good either. Forgot to switch back to slash. There we go. Soul rend. The soul rend isn't really so much good against smaller targets. It's a little harder to hit. The slash, you can just kind of, they can just be in the general area and you can hit them. Yeah, see, I'm still turning around trying to hit this guy. Absorbed. Yeah, getting nowhere with that. That's ridiculous. One good thing I've been doing throughout the play I've been into before all this is I've been carrying around about 40 large healing potions at all times, and it's a good thing I have because on this fight I went through about 30 of them. You know, I've been carrying like 40 of them all along, and I've been like, well, I don't really need all these, but who knows, maybe I will. Well, this is why I've been doing it, apparently. The only good decision I've been making here. But I think I'm going to finally start taking these guys out. No, he's still hanging in there. The main thing that's tough about this is that I can't really stay in one place long enough to kill one of them, but I have got one or two other spells too, and it's eventually going to occur to me to start using those. I've got Flaming Sword. There, I finally killed a shaman. The Flaming Sword spell, I think it's Flaming Sword level 4 or something like that. That's the only thing I've got that's really gonna do any real damage on that big guy as it's gonna turn out. That's gonna be more useful than anything else I've got, really. And then I've got the skeleton soldier level 3, who's going to be, about next to worthless, but you know, every little bit helps. I mean, I cast him and he looks like a fucking midget running up to that monster and hacking away at him for about 2 or 3 seconds until the monster turns around and stomps on him. How many have I taken down at this far? I think I took down 1. I think maybe 2. I don't know, 1 or 2. Oh, there's 1 I took down, so I took down 2 at least. Couple more to go. 1 or 2 to go. Come on, stand still. He's still up. But, you know, I'm pretty confident all the way through this. I'm like, you know, I know what to do. I just have to stay out of the way of the big guy, kill whatever it is that's healing him, and then I can take him out at my leisure, you know. I mean, I know I can do it. I just have to keep drinking the healing potions and stay out of his way and whack these guys. There you go. Now he's down. That may be all of them. Okay. So now, there, his shields are down. And I don't know if he can regenerate them now that he hasn't got his buddies. Yeah, there you go. Starting to do a little bit of damage. Here's the problem with the gun is, you know, I can only get 1 or 2 shots at him, and then he's on me. And the Soul Ren the same way. You know, I can barely even get 1 attack, and maybe if I'm lucky, I can hit him with it. But then he's going to come right after me with that club. See, that's not working out too well either. My pet's in there doing what he can with, but that ain't much. I really need to figure out what to do with that pet. You know, I mean, there's got to be better. The only thing I can figure out to do with him is give him the skeleton archers, and later on after this, I'm gonna end up giving him some zombies, and those are okay. You know, because you know you can't really control when he's gonna cast this stuff. But I thought about giving him a spell to heal himself with. That might be helpful because you can see he's, you know, all he does is run around and get himself, you know, worn down to nothing. But then he can't help me. See, that's. Yeah, see, there's that flaming sword. You know, that's doing more good than anything else at this point, I think. I'm gonna keep forgetting to cast it though, and it's got like a 60-second cooldown, so I can't really use it all that much anyway. I've got this other spell. What is it? It makes you just, I'm not sure what the hell it does. Resistance? No. It makes you strike back reflexively at anything that attacks you or something. And I'm gonna cast that at least once or twice, but I'll be damned if I know what the hell what effect it really has. I've been trying to watch to see what it does, but I'm not really sure. It makes you kind of glow funny. That's about all I can figure out. You know, still trying the Soul Ren, not really getting anywhere with that. Can't really get close enough with the pistol unless he's distracted by something else, by my pet or the flaming sword or something. The flaming sword is available, but you don't see me casting it right now. I'm kind of wrapped up in just trying to shoot the guy.
Your pet has fled.
And running away from him, of course. Okay, there goes the flaming sword. So now, hopefully he's going to get distracted by it and I can get a few shots at him. And, you know, meanwhile, it's doing a little bit of damage on him. No, he doesn't look distracted at all, does he? But it did do a little bit of damage on him anyway. And that shield of his is gone. That's a big help. So hopefully I can get a target on him and see how much health he's got here. Yeah, I've been wearing him down a little bit. You see, yeah, but you know, obviously, you know, these attacks I'm doing not having much effect. So it's pretty much round and round and round. And what did I just cast there? I think I cast. Yeah, there's the skeleton warrior. You can just barely see him. And there he just got stomped. And now he's dead. Yeah, okay, so that's the skeleton warrior. You know, big deal. And I managed to get close enough with the pistol to get a few shots at him. And the pistol is, If you can get, if you can hit him with the pistol, it's sort of useful because you're stealing like 57 hit points a shot when you hit him with the pistol, which is good. The trouble is I can only get 1 or 2 shots before he's on me. But I am doing a little bit of damage there with him. Yeah, there's the flaming sword again. I got that out. Still missing completely with the soul rend. I think I got 1 hit point off of with the soul rend there, which is pretty ridiculous. But, you know, we're wearing him down. He's down about halfway. Missed completely with the soul rend.
Your pet has fled.
Getting a few shots in with a gun. I haven't been messing with the two-handed weapons or the two-handed melee weapons or the two-handed missile weapons at all. I've just been completely bypassing those because up to now, you know, I figured, well, my best thing is, you know, I'll just shoot them with I'll carry a one-handed pistol and a one-handed weapon, shoot them with the gun, and then kill them with the blade as they come in. And up to now, that's worked pretty well. And I did try some of the two-handed ranged weapons once or twice, but I found, you know, generally the ones that I've tried, you know, I was like, damn, you know, the range on these is no better than it is with the pistol. I mean, why the hell do I bother? This pistol that I got does more damage than most of the ranged weapons I've come across anyway, you know? Why would I bother with a two-handed ranged weapon that does the same damage or less than the one-handed pistol that I got? I do have a pretty good sword here. The sword's doing like 400 hit points a shot, if you can hit anything with it. Oh, there. Oh, damn. Yeah, that was quick. Yeah, see, now he's down, so that's it. That's all there is to that fight. You get your shitload of stuff to pick up, and I'll spare you the closing monologue, and the lady jumps in at the last minute. After all the real killing is done, she jumps in and gives you a speech about what to do next. A big help, lady. Oh, well, yeah.